I'm on my way to work. Got 8 minutes of recording left on my phone, so let's talk about this. This weekend was my brother-in-law's mom's wedding, so we had to go out to Orlando, so I didn't really get much done throughout the weekend. It was also Memorial Day weekend. Today's, I think, the 26th or the 27th of May. May. And got back yesterday, which was Monday. We got here to Miami like at around 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon. And immediately, as soon as I stepped foot inside the house, I just went to print. And the biggest problems that I was having before that was that I couldn't get the back part of the watch to fit in properly. Like, it would snap in, and I wanted to avoid that snapping in because it would make it really difficult to take out, and it would also cause it probably in the future to break from all the snapping in. So what I did was that I got home yesterday and I had already redesigned it, but I couldn't get the right dimensions because it was still snapping in. So when I got home yesterday at around 4, what I did was that I opened up the opening a little bit more. Just, I think it was like 0.2 millimeters more, barely anything, just so that it wouldn't cause friction. And I printed that, and I had a couple failures, but it wasn't due to the adhesion of the plate. What happened was that the Z plate was wobbling the bed, right? And I tried tightening, I tried doing everything. It wasn't it. I got so frustrated. This was all around 7:30. Got so frustrated. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to order another plate, this and that. And then I just started taking everything apart on the plate. There's like a total of like 3 or 4 visible screws, and when you pull that out, there's like 3 screws there. So I tightened those and I put it all back together, and it worked perfectly, which was amazing. I didn't have to order any parts or anything. I was so excited. So that got me kind of stressed, honestly, when that happened. So I just set it to print, and I went to wash my car and my girlfriend's car because she had all these mosquitoes on them. So in about an hour and a half, I came back to check on the prints. They were done. I cleaned it up. They fit in perfectly. Everything was looking great. The watch is now looking amazing. There's still little marks on the watch itself. That's due to like the process of how it's made, where you know, you can see the layers a little bit. They're not super visible, but they're visible enough for me to not want them there unless I figure something else out. But for now, what I'm going to do is, once I have the final design, which I'm getting very close to it, I'm going to put it all together in that rock tumbler that I had bought, and I'm going to leave it there for like 8 hours, see if it does anything. So I pretty much, once I finished all that, like at around 8 or 9, I made myself a list of things that I need to get done to start selling these things. And it basically comes down to a few things. First one is the box. I need a box. I have no idea what I'm going to do for a box. I had the idea of doing a shadow box, which is like a frame. I found out that's what it's called. But turns out shadow boxes are very expensive. They're like $20 and up. So that means I would have to spend $20 per watch to include a shadow box, and I just don't think that's good. Like, if it was $5 is what I would love. $10 I'd feel okay with, but found one that was like $10, but man, I'm not sold on it. So I decided, you know, I'm probably not going to do that option. The other 2 options is doing Alibaba or FIU. FIU, I hesitate because, you know, I don't want to get rejected, but it looks like that's what it's going to have to be. I'm just doing this so that it focuses on my hand. It's not really focusing. Okay, there. Not that matters, so all you're seeing is my eyebrows anyway. But yeah, I would love, I don't know, I don't even know what I want to do with the boxes. That's just like something that's really stressing me out, because I don't want crap. I want something that looks awesome and that it feels like you're opening something like incredible. Like, I want the box to be part of the presentation. A lot of times people just use the box as like somewhere to put your item, and I think it can be way more than that. Like, I want the process of opening the item to be fun. So yeah, I just got to keep thinking about it, and I haven't disregarded any ideas, like not even the shadow box. I haven't disregarded that, but yeah, I just got to keep looking. What else? So that's one of the things that I gotta get done. The next thing that I gotta do is contact the people. Today, I think my gel or rubber watch straps are coming in, which the ones that I got from Amazon are amazing, but I paid $14 for one set. The ones that I got from Alibaba, they're costing me like $2 or $3 each one, which is awesome. And but it has no logo, so I need to contact them, see if I can do logo. They're probably gonna ask me to do 1,000 of them, and I'll do that. That's fine. I'll do probably like 250 in red, 250 black, 250 white, 250 blue. I'm thinking those are the colors that I'm gonna go with: black, blue, red, and white. That's pretty funny. Red, white, and blue. America. Well, they are made in America. Technically, they are manufactured here. They're put together. So, and they're actually created here in Miami, Florida. So that's cool. What else? So I got that done. Well, I gotta talk to MC, but before I do that, I just said 1,000. So if I do 1,000 at $3 a piece, which they should do so much cheaper, if I'm doing 1,000, let's say 1,000 at $3 a piece, that's $3,000. I do have the money for that, but really, cash is king. Don't want to let go of it, and especially not yet. So what I'm thinking of doing is switching the business name that originally was the Mosaic Owl. I got to change that to Martello Watches. Once I do that, then I got to get a business credit card. So I think this week I'll focus on switching the name of the company, and then next week I'll focus on getting that business card, and then the week after that, hopefully it arrives so that I can focus on ordering everything I need, which is the gel straps with the logo on them, and also gotta get all the parts from Esslinger. I think I had mentioned last time that Esslinger told me if I order 100 pieces of something, they'll give me a discount. So I gave them all the numbers, the part numbers that I would like to order 100 of. I don't need 100, and it's gonna be a lot of money, but hopefully it's cheap enough that it makes sense to order the 100. But I don't know, because other than that, I'll just probably go with 25 or 50 of them. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see about that. What they say, and I should get an answer back either today or tomorrow on that. So I got the box, I got the straps, I got the parts from Esslinger, and I got the business name change. And then there's just some minor changes with the actual watch itself. Like, I had opened up the spacing where the band goes from 20 millimeters to 21 millimeters, but it has to be 20 millimeters. 21, it makes it easier to put in the strap, but it's just it falls out easily. So I gotta fix that. Also, the back part, even though I'm kind of done with it, I want to add some other changes. Like, I want to put my the name of the company, Martello, bigger, because it's there already, but it looks like it's been engraved because it's so small. You could barely see that it's there. So I want to really make it bigger on the back casing. I gotta figure out something with the dial, man. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with that dial. That dial is it's been very, very problematic since the beginning, and I don't have a solution yet for what's gonna happen with that. And then so I was talking about the back cover. So something I was talking to Ale about that I want to do is I want to do something so that as you're turning it, like I slope up the rail that it's on, so that as I'm turning it, it slopes up and gets a little bit of pressure, and that causes it to like close. And I'm ending here. Actually, I'm gonna make a part 2 because I still have stuff to say. Once again, today is the day after Memorial Day. I made a video today in the morning talking about the business and the progress and all that stuff, and I'm out to lunch right now, and I wanted to make another video because I've been enjoying documenting my life for these last few weeks. So I just wanted, I don't really think I want to talk too much about the business because I already covered that today in the morning. I think more I want to talk about the mindset behind what's been going on, right? And a little behind the scenes of what I'm thinking. So when my girlfriend told me like a month or two ago, I think it's been a month, she told me a month ago that I should start my watch company. Something like clicked in my head because I was at a very special moment in my life where I graduated recently. I graduated exactly 1 year ago. I've been working in my firm for almost 4 years now. I felt like my life really wasn't going anywhere, really, because even though I'm on track right now in architecture to work, and continue to move up, and the company that I'm working on will get bigger, and I'll continue to grow and go up that ladder and get more important titles in front and after my name. And and be making more money and everything. It's almost, I feel like I'm inside this hole that I'm digging and getting in deeper. You know, I've said before, I don't know if I've said it in this video, in these videos before, but I've said before that I often feel like I'm working a dead-end job, because even though it's not a dead end like for money or for titles, it is for what I want my life to be. You know, I don't know, it feels kind of cheesy saying this, but I feel like I'm supposed to be doing bigger things and greater things, right? So going back to what my girlfriend said to start my company, and I was saying that, you know, I was at a very special moment in my life where that this opportunity was able to happen, because she had told me that a few years ago and nothing happened. I didn't even try to make my own watch or anything, it just sounded cool. But like right now, you know, I felt like I'm going nowhere in my life in a way. Like I'm working so hard to go nowhere, basically, is what I feel. And I have the knowledge to design. I know a bunch of programs. I have money, right? So I can fund whatever idea I want to a certain point, because I'm not rich, but I can get money. And most importantly, more than money, I have credit cards. So if I have an idea that's strong enough, I can just get into debt. You know, it's whatever. But then most importantly, I think what I had was just the will to not be in that position anymore. And, you know, it's not like all I've been doing is just working, right? Along the way, I've been trying things. Like I tried stocks and options tradings, you know, as one way that I could possibly passively make money. That didn't work amazingly. Like I still do it every once in a while, but you know, it's another one of those things that it felt like I was putting in a lot of time and I wasn't really getting the results I wanted, which is scary to think about that for the watch company. But I'm just being honest with my human feelings. What else was I doing? Oh, I was flipping stuff. Did that for a couple weeks. And it went okay. I still have a lot of the stuff left over, and a lot of the money that I made flipping stuff, I'm able to use it for my watch company, which is pretty cool. What else was I doing along the way? There's a total of like 4 or 5 things that I was trying to do. Oh, I was trying to do freelance. I signed up for a freelance website, but I never got a call. What else? I feel like there's a big thing that I've been doing, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, YouTube, duh. Yeah, I've been doing YouTube for a year now, almost a year. It's been like 7 or 8 months, and I just checked today, I have a total of 546 subscribers, and it's been actually like a month and a half since I don't post a video. And it's been crazy, because when I started, I was super passionate about that, and I wanted to get it done, but I don't know, something happened where I was like, you know what, I don't really love to put videos together. It feels like a lot of work to me. I just don't enjoy it. I like talking about stuff, but I really don't like researching or putting videos together. So that's kind of, it's on the back burner. So I don't want to ever stop, because I have a lot of people now that have subscribed to me, and I don't want to let them down, and a lot of them do actually enjoy when I try to help them. So that's pretty cool, and I do enjoy it, but I don't want that to be what defines me. I don't want to be a YouTuber, so I do want to do that like as a hobby, you know. But that's pretty much all the things that I've been up to lately in the past 2 or 3 years, trying to change my life, trying to be someone different, and none of it kind of worked until now. Now everything's starting to click together, right? And so, in order to help me, right, I've been listening to a lot of books at work, a lot of audiobooks. Because something that's funny about what's been going on is that it feels like every moment in my life up to right now has been leading to this moment. And I've heard that before, but I never really understood it. And I don't necessarily, I'm not saying that this is, you know, the crosshairs of all the moments in my life. No, I'm just saying that it's kind of funny how, like, lately I feel like everything I've ever been taught, or everything I've ever learned, is kind of like all converging at this one point in my life, which is this watch company. It feels like this is what I have to do. And so I've been listening to a lot of books. I've been listening to Grant Cardone, which I cannot stand Grant Cardone. Before I listened to Grant Cardone, I had this image of him that he was like a crook. And after I listened to the book Sell or Be Sold, I have that same image of him being a crook. Now, I'm not bashing him completely because he does make a lot of good points. Like, I think the book cost me $12 or $13, right? And this is the way I look at life. If you're gonna buy something, if you're gonna spend your money on it, and you can find one little piece of treasure inside that, right? Then it was worth the $12 or $13, I would say. And that's how I feel with audiobooks. Even though I didn't like the idea of listening to Grant Cardone, I was like, you know what? It's a 12-hour book. It cost me $12. If I can find one valuable piece of information, just one, and I guarantee you that every book has at least one valuable piece of information, then it's going to be super worth it, you know? And it did. It did have a lot of good stuff in there. Now, I wouldn't say a lot. I would say like total 12 hours. If the book is 12 hours long, it was probably 15 minutes total of good information for me. I'm not saying for everybody in the universe. I'm saying for me. And 15 minutes for $12 of good information, I consider that great. I consider that great. And on my way from Orlando yesterday with my girlfriend, we got kind of tired of listening to Grant Cardone because we had been listening to him the whole way out there. I wanted her to listen, even though I don't really like him and what his message is. I still thought it was a good book, and it still is entertaining. That's really the most important part of it. It's an entertaining book. So we were listening to it, we got tired of it, and I tell her, you know what? Why don't we buy another book? We still got 2 hours in this drive. Let's buy another book. And she did a little bit of research on Google, and she found this book by a guy called David Goggins. Never heard of him before. And the book, it's called Can't Stop Me Now or something like that. And we decided to purchase it. I was kind of against purchasing it, to tell you the truth, because it sounded like, I was really tired of like motivational stuff, because that's what Grant Cardone does. He's very motivational. And motivational is kind of like BS to me. I do love motivation. I try to get motivation at least every single day. But at least once every single day, I mean. But I don't know, I think it's like BS. But I just got home and I'm on an hour of lunch, which I've already used like 20 driving home. So I gotta hurry up. But that's a funny thing. That's a funny reason. That's one of the reasons why I want to start my own business already, so I don't have to be rushing like this. And if I'm rushing, it's for a good cause, not because I'm on someone else's time. So I'm home, and I'll talk more about the David Goggins thing either after lunch or another day. We'll see. Peace. Alright, so I just finished my lunch at home. I was talking about David Goggins and the book that I read. So we ended up purchasing the book, and I was kind of against purchasing it. Just because, I don't know, I've never heard of David Goggins, and it sounded like a BS thing, blah, blah, blah. The same motivational stuff you hear over and over and over again. Thing is, I didn't really know what I wanted to listen to. I didn't know if I wanted to listen to motivation or something from history. I was like, I don't know what to hear. I just want to hear something. I was telling my girlfriend, though, that I love to hear, that I wish that Audible functioned more like YouTube, where it recommends me books from people that I like. Or I wish they were connected somehow. I know Audible kind of does that already, but Audible doesn't really know me that well, is what I'm trying to say, whereas YouTube knows me so well. And so I would have loved to buy a book from I don't know, Joe Rogan or Mark Cuban or something, but most of those books are not narrated by them, so I didn't end up purchasing the Mark Cuban one or any of the other ones that I found. But we ended up going with the David Goggins one. I don't know why exactly I picked it, but my girlfriend seemed super into it, and she actually knows she knows who David Goggins is. So we decided to purchase it. We put it on. Actually, I remember why I liked the whole idea is because we listened to the sample, which I never listen to samples of books, ever. my girlfriend decided to play the sample, and this one sounded like really, 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 really well versed, and like it sounded really well put together. It sounded like a professional writer did this. And I tell my girlfriend, I'm like, okay, this sounds really, really nice. Like, it sounds like a story. It doesn't sound like, oh yeah, you gotta get up at 3 in the morning and chase your goals. You know, it didn't sound like that. It sounded more like a story of a person. I'm like, okay, I'm not hooked yet, but that's interesting, right? That is really interesting about this book. And so I start thinking, and I'm talking to her, and then someone else mentioned in one of the comments that the book had like podcast style interviews in between chapters. I'm like, huh, that's interesting actually. Still wasn't hooked, but I was like, you know what, I'm interested. I'm intrigued right now. And we ended up getting it. It's a 12 or 13 hour book. We put it on, and the beginning started off kind of boring. My girlfriend was like, you want to take it off like after 30 minutes? She's like, you want to put something else? This is not like motivational at all. I'm like, no, leave it. You know, I already bought the book. I want to listen to it. It's going to be, I might not listen to it all right now, but I want to get through it. And I'm not bothered right now. And I tell her, if you're bothered, you can change it. She's like, no, I'm fine. I just thought that you would be, like bothered by it. I'm like, no, I'm fine. At around like the second or third hour mark, right, when we're getting home, we have to turn off the book. I was like really impressed with this book. And it was, it made me realize that things in life, man, people fear the thought of impossible. But the impossible is very possible. And I'm not talking about, physically impossible. I'm not talking about like jumping off a bridge, flapping your arms and flying. Like, that's just not biologically possible at this moment in time. And it doesn't matter how many times you try, that's just not going to happen, right? But I'm talking about things like, reaching a goal of yours. Reaching a goal of yours that seems like it's just completely far-fetched. Many people will call it impossible. And this book just shows you how many times this guy, David Goggins, got through the impossible. And it was just very impressive to listen to. And I'm still not done. I'm only 1/4 of the way through, and I keep on wanting to go back and listen to more. So I'm excited to get back to work right now and continue to listen to it. It was just amazing, man. It really was. Like, it was such a great beginning to a book. Oh man. Yeah, I think I took a wrong turn or wrong exit here. It's that there's changing everything here, dude. It's so annoying. It says exit here. Let's try this right here. 826. Okay. So I just wanted to say that it's like, I really, really, really relate to him in the book, because in his book, it's like a roller coaster almost, and there's more downs and ups, at least in the beginning. But there are some ups, and he's able to get through some of those downs, and they're really difficult things that he's getting through. But a lot of it is like stuff that I would think would be impossible, right? That I would listen to and I'd be like, okay, the chances of that happening are like 0.001%. But he does it, right? And he does this constantly. And that just goes to show you that all you got to do is be persistent. That's something that I believe in myself, but it was further reinforced with this book. The idea of persistence to reach your goals. Because I really do believe that the reason that people fail is not because they're not good enough. I think people fail, and I'm saying this from my own experience, because they just lose the fascination with the idea or the goal or the dream, right? It could also be low self-esteem, a lack of confidence in you being able to be the person to give life to that dream. I do believe that that's another option. But in my experience, a lot of the times when I haven't reached one of my goals, it's usually been because I feel that I'm losing interest in it. So like take for example the stocks, right? I didn't reach that goal at this moment in my life because I put in all the work I needed to at the beginning, learning and researching. And then after like 2 or 3 months, I just stopped. I lost interest in it. It's not because I'm not smart enough. It's not because I'm not bad. It's just because I just lost interest, right? And do I regret it? No, I don't regret it. But there are some people that do regret not chasing their dreams. And I think that those people who regret it are because they lack confidence, right? But at the end of the day, if you are persistent enough, I believe that you can reach your dreams, no matter how impossible they are. Again, if they're physically or biologically impossible, like you want to grow a third arm immediately, like that's not going to happen, right? If you want to organically grow an arm just naturally, I don't think, well, even that is probably possible as far as I can tell you. I don't even know, you see, because I don't know how powerful the mind really is. Like, sure, some biologists would say that's impossible, but our bodies already experience mutations, and could it be possible to change DNA? You see, it's like, it doesn't even sound 100% impossible. But I guess I'm saying that just because, like, I don't want to give credit to the idea that hurting yourself, doing something stupid, could be justified, right? What I am trying to say is that if you have a goal, like for example, me, I'm not a watch designer. I'm not. Not even an architect. I'm basically nothing. Okay, I have a master's degree in architecture, but I don't have a license in architecture because I haven't taken my exams. Therefore, I am not legally allowed to call myself an architect in the United States. So legally, I'm really nothing. I'm an architectural, what is it that the AIA wants me to call myself? I'm a design professional. A design professional. That's what whatever that means, that's what I am. I'm a professional at design. Yeah. I don't feel like a professional at design, but that's what I am. Okay? But I'm not a watchmaker. I'm not a watch designer. I don't know anything about watches. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a regular dude. I talk like a regular person. Sometimes I use bigger words than other times. Sometimes I use the wrong words. I'm just a normal person, right? I have fears. I have goals. I have dreams. I have wants. I have dislikes. I have everything that everybody else has. The difference is that I got this crazy idea through my girlfriend to design a watch, and I'm doing it. And I've gotten farther than I would have imagined a few months to years ago. I've gotten way farther in these last month or 2 months than I ever would have thought possible. Now, if you ask me, it has been easy now. But if I were to lay out to you everything that I've been through, and I would have presented that to myself 1 year ago, I would have said I wouldn't have been able to do it. It seems easy now because I already went through it. And I can do it again and again and again, as long as I need to do it to be able to achieve my goal. Whoa. There's a tornado here, I think. I guess it wasn't a tornado because there's nobody really like fazed by it. But I could what I was saying was that, you know, I'm getting back to work, so I'm gonna have to end this now. But what I was saying is that I've gotten really far in this, really far, and I'm continuing to get far, and I keep praying that I don't lose my persistence, because if I fail this, it'll be because of persistence or because lack of persistence, or because I found something better. And I don't like the idea of giving this up even if I find something better. I want this to be at least done with, like, if I find something better, I would like to still do this. This means a lot to me. I've put in a lot of work. I've a lot of time. And most of all, I've really sacrificed a lot of my free time that I could have spent with family and friends to do this. Okay? There's been many weekends that I've had to give up, and many days right after work. But I'm not complaining because I'm used to it, honestly. I'm used to doing this because ever since I've been in school, I've had to do this. I've had to not have a life. So I'm okay with that for now. I'm okay with that if it means a better future for me. I'm okay not having a life for now. I've lost a lot of my friends doing this, and I'm okay with that because, hold on. If me doing this means that I lose more friends, which I really don't have any, it's just me and my girlfriend at this point. I have a few other friends that are just barely sticking around, and they know who they are. They're very important to me. But unfortunately, I cannot give them the time of day right now because I need to do this. But the idea is that I will do this. I will do it successfully. And it'll be really worth it in the future. So I'm working really hard to reach this goal so that one day, hopefully in the near future, I may have a house with my girlfriend and a family, and I do not have to worry about going to work somewhere that I don't enjoy or missing events of my families and friends because I have to be at work or something. You know, I'm working hard for the financial freedom of the future and to really, really enjoy my life. Unfortunately, I didn't know that it was going to be like this. Life, I mean, it's a good life, but I didn't know it was going to be exactly like this. I didn't realize that. So I'm working hard toward achieving a life where I'm not just throwing my life away. I'm living it. And that's what I want. And what I learned from David Goggins is very important, is that you should live for the impossible. That's not something that they say in the book, but that's my interpretation in it. Live for the impossible. So, till next time, peace. Alright, so this is a part 2 to that video that I was just talking about, and I pretty much summed everything I wanted to say up. Talked about all the changes and everything that I need done. Now I just want to talk a little bit about, you know, the other stuff, which is like how I'm feeling about this whole thing. Well, I just want to say that I'm feeling super excited. Sometimes I do get filled with a little bit of doubt, like, oh, what if this doesn't work? What if this blah blah blah? You know, the same stuff that like that's normal in everyday life stuff. But I just want to let everybody know, and everybody is whoever is watching this or whoever is experiencing this, or even if it's me in the future, I just want to let everybody know that this is gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. It has to happen because, first of all, it's such a cool idea, and second of all, I can't do this. I can't do this for the rest of my life where I'm working at a freaking firm till I'm 60. Dude, I can't enjoy my freaking life, man. I really can't. I'm laughing, by the way. I'm not crying. But I can't enjoy my life like this. It's really bad, man. Like, you know, if anybody watching this enjoys their job, I'm happy. Really, I'm happy for you. I'm not comparing myself to anybody. I'm just saying, me personally, I can't stand it, okay? Where I work at, I feel is toxic. And it's not necessarily it's nobody's fault except for mine. That's 100%. And I'm not saying that to be the victim here, like to act like a victim. But it's true. It's the way that I perceive my experiences here. But the truth is that I feel like super micromanaged. This is what I'm feeling, by the way. Now I'm not necessarily like pointing fingers here. I'm just sharing how I feel at this moment in time, right? And that is that I feel super micromanaged. I feel like, you know, I feel like a tool more than anything, because I feel like someone, like, how would I like to feel? I guess I would like to feel like I'm part of a team, right? Like, I'm essential. I'm an essential part of a team, and we're all working to something better. But I don't feel that way. I feel like a tool. I feel like a hammer, where, you know, you use a hammer only when you need it, and, you know, or actually better than that, like a multi-purpose tool. That's what I feel like one of those multi-purpose tools that has many things. Like, I feel like people use me for various things, and they're like, wow, this is a pretty cool tool, boom, and then they just drop it there, and then they use me for something else, and like, I'm never stopping, and I'm never like I don't know, I don't know, I want to say I don't know how to explain it, but I kind of want to explain it, because that's the point of this video. I guess the multi-tool part really sums it up well, like how I'm feeling. But yeah, I can't stand it anymore, man. I can't stand this, like, look, it's 8:09 already, and I left my house at like 7:35. I can't stand this, like, 40 minute commute every single Monday through Friday. I can't stand the fact that I don't get home till 6. And yes, I'm complaining now. I can't stand that when I get home at 6, I only have till like 10 to do whatever I want. Because if I go to bed later than that, I really feel horrible the next day. That's, again, I'm telling you, I'm complaining. You know, I know there's fixes to all this, but I'm just saying how I feel. I can't stand that, you know, I work 40 hours a week, but really after commute and everything, it's like 50 or 60 hours. I can't stand the constant, like, pressure on me for no reason, and that's one of the biggest problems. Like, a lot of the work that I do I've done it before where I don't have the stress, and it's amazing. But the thing is, certain people in my job tend to add stress for no reason. Like, they'll be like, come on, we gotta get this done, we gotta get this done, we gotta get this done. And it's like, hey, I'm doing it. That's the whole thing that I'm doing it. Like, if you go up to someone, you're constantly telling them, hey, we gotta get this done, just know that you're adding stress to them for no reason, because they are getting it done. If you see them on Facebook when they're supposed to be working, then like, okay, yeah, hello, we gotta do this. But if they're working on the product that you're doing, and you're like, come on, we gotta get this done because the deadline is, it's like, dude, you're just adding stress for no reason, and you're not being an enjoyable person to work with, okay? And you're making that person miserable for no apparent reason, and that's not good, just saying. And hold on, I'm getting to work here. So yeah, I hate the fact that, like, now I'm gonna get into the office, I'm gonna, you know, and then as soon as I step in there, they're gonna tell me, like, all right, we're in a hurry, we gotta get this done before Thursday, because I actually have something to do for Thursday. So let's get this done. We don't have time. It's like, dude, I'm telling you, I feel like a tool. That's literally what I feel like. A tool that I just arrived from Amazon, and they're already, like, breaking the package open, ready to use me, like, you know. But that's what I feel like. So I hate this. I really do hate this. Working here, and I'm just being 100% honest, but working here has made me like, really not like architecture anymore. Like, today I turned on, as soon as I woke up, I went on Instagram, and when I looked at it, there was a picture of this really cool house. I still like houses, but I don't necessarily like architecture buildings anymore like I used to. And it's due to this job. Again, I'm complaining, I know, but I'm just saying, I'm just getting stuff off my chest. This is like a diary almost. So I saw that building, like, it was like an architecture building, and I looked at it and it was cool, but I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit anymore. I really don't. Working here has really drained me of anything I care. I'm ready to move on to the next thing, which is this watch company, and guess what, I'm gonna do this watch company, and it's gonna work. And then at the same time, I'm also gonna build another product, something more useful. That's gonna happen in the future. I'm not even thinking about that yet because I want to do this watch thing first. This watch thing is gonna happen, and I'm gonna work as hard as I possibly can to make it happen, because I cannot do this anymore here. I can't. Like, I already told my girlfriend, right now we're in May, turning into June. By next year, by December, I want to have these things selling, and I want to start already thinking, like, about getting the fuck out, okay? Sorry for the F word, but yeah. So peace. Talk to you later.